Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Lori. If you are new here, I'm the creator behind Stitch and Bone. If you are returning, welcome back. Okay, so I'm on my iPad, that's why it's all grainy. This week is going to be another busy week. I have 2 custom listings that I need to create on Etsy. I had to watch a video this morning on how to do that, but it was super easy. I figured it out. And then last night I bought 2 pattern packs, and if you follow me on Instagram or Facebook, you already know this, but I bought the Grumpy Demo Baby from Old Stitch Horrors. I've wanted this since she came out with it. I was actually going to apply for the tester call, but it was right when I was finishing up my pattern, and it completely slipped my mind, so I didn't have a chance. But I'm excited to work on this. I haven't started it yet. That's probably going to be the last one I do. And I'm probably just going to do the regular Demogorgon. I don't know that I'll be able to do the Care Bear. I don't think the blue that I have is dark enough. And then I also bought the Demi pack from Just a Mom Crocheting. There are 3 of these. A snuggler, a itty bitty one, and a baby one. So this morning I made the baby one. And I used this variegated yarn from Bernat. I have to be careful because I have a whip attached to this now. So, and this one was like the softest skein in the store, so I had to grab it. But anyway, this is all Bernat blanket yarn. And that's black, and this is Race Car Red. This took like no time to make this morning. It came together really easy. You sew the legs and the head on. And because there's so much repetition, like with the feet, the arms, and then all the petals and everything, it kind of sticks in your head, so you're cruising through this pattern. It still took a little while for me to make just because I couldn't do it in one sitting. I had to stop and attend to cats and other things, but this is the first one that I've made. I'm planning on making more of these in either like the tan that I use for my voodoo dolls, and then maybe a light gray. And then I would love to do like the other variegated Bernat that has like the light tan and the light gray, but I have to order it first, and I don't know if I want to do that. So this is the first one I made. So I think next what we're gonna do is, I think we might try the baby one, which is like a very small one. No, it's the itty one, the itty bitty one, in the almond, because I really don't have another color like this. I found some sand color, like the color sand, on Amazon, but I don't know if I'm gonna get it or not. So I'm like torn. Do I want to use this? What do I want to do? Because I don't know that I have enough for everything that I want to make, and hopefully I don't sell a voodoo doll between now and whenever I can get out to the store. But let's get started on something. This week is going to be like Stranger Things week. We're going to crochet a bunch of Demogorgons, and then, like I said at the beginning of this video, I have 2 custom listings to do on Etsy. One of them is attached to this. So I need to do that one, and then I have another one that I'm gonna do. So I think first I'll go ahead and get those listings made, and then come back and start actually crocheting. So stick around. All right, I'm back really quick. I did the face petals for the itty bitty one, the one from Just a Mom Crocheting. And then I started the centerpiece for the one from Old Stitch Horrors. Now, this is a 6mm hook, and I made him with a 6 also. And you can tell, like, there is, you know, a sizable difference. So I'm not sure if I want to go up a hook size. I think I might just go to a 6.5, because I want him to be a good size, but I don't want him to be too big, if that's making any sense. So and like I said, I did this with a 6. Plus, just so it's a little easier on my hands, I'm probably gonna just frog this and do it with a 6.5. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, we have frogged it, and we also have a little knot here. While I was off camera, I mentioned the two custom orders. I've been messaging with 2 people on potential custom orders, and I didn't realize that I had turned off custom order on my shop, so I enabled that today and was able to do a custom listing, and I wasn't going to get started on them until until they were paid. One has been paid. The other one still hasn't checked her messages yet, and that's fine. A custom order to do for one of my cauldrons, but the potion is also going to be black, so it's going to be a blacked out cauldron, so that's going to be fun to do. I will probably get started on that probably sometime tomorrow, because I don't know if I'm going to have it in these eyes to work with black yarn tonight, because I use Posh and I use the Catch Velvet, and it's kind of hard to see sometimes. But right now, I'm just trying to figure out which Demogorgon I want to make and what color I want to use. Like, I hate having too many options, because then I get like decision paralysis, which is totally where we are right now. But I might, it's a little after 4, I might have to actually take a break. My fingers hurt. So, we'll see. And good morning. So it's Tuesday, December 9th, and it's about 7 o'clock, as you can see. I don't remember what I talked about in my last clip, because I've only watched it back once to edit it. I did get the special order for an all black cauldron and black bubbles and potion. So I started that last night. But since it was, black yarn, I didn't really have a lot of time to work on it. I was losing light in my room, and I was getting tired. So the cats think my desk is like a wonderland, and it's, when I first put it in here, it was okay if they jumped up here, but now it's, my God. But now, because I have like stuff up here, and I haven't done like a new tour of my crochet studio yet. Oops, you just turned my vlog back on. You can't tell that, but like Otis has to be in my lap or touching me somehow at all times. It like stresses him out if he's not near me. So yeah, that's cool. Anyway, I started the cauldron last night. I can finish that sometime today. Today, what I was going to do, or right now in the morning, since I have a little bit of time before the kiddo wakes up and we have to do school, I was going to work on the itty bitty version of the Demogorgon. I made the flower. I think I already talked about this, but I don't remember. I made the face petals yesterday. And I was looking on Etsy to see like what colors people are using on theirs to sell, and overwhelmingly it's the tan color. This is a little bit lighter. This is almond. I love this yarn. I would love to have a darker color. There is that Cozy Occasion, the hummus color, that I've used for lots of other stuff. But my Hobby Lobby since now, and I don't like going there. I hate Hobby Lobby. It's like an emergency trip only for me, even though they do have a really good selection of pipe cleaners, and that's what my son likes to make his creatures with. But we ran in there the other day because I needed a sewing machine needle. My other one snapped, and I needed to get a replacement needle, and my Walmart, like the craft department at our Walmart, is terrible. So we had to run into Hobby Lobby, and I looked at the yarn, and they were out of so much. Like the acrylic yarn, they had quite a bit of, but any kind of plush yarn or yarn that would be used for plushies, picked over. All the good colors are gone. So I'm not opposed, I guess, to going back in there and seeing if they have anything else, but I don't know. I don't really want to do that. I think this is fine. My Walmart actually sells this. Oh my gosh. It's about the only color they sell. I really miss Joanne. Back to my original point. We take a lot of side quests. Thinking of just using the tan. I still want to get the Mystical from Bernat that has like the tan and the light gray. I still want to get that. But when I looked the other day, I couldn't get it until Saturday. I think I'm going to use the tan with my Demogorgons, and then when I finally get the Mystical, I'll start using that because I want to have different sizes in my shop. But for today, we are going to do the Itty Bitty in the almond. So let's get started on that. Okay, this is tricky. First off, I'm doing something that I hate doing. I'm crocheting into a chain. I'm doing baubles in a chain. I don't think this one's going to be, okay. It says that you can shift, which I'm going to have to. You can shift the stitches over, or the baubles over if you need to, because they're supposed to be close to the end, but not like on the end, and that one was on the end. My tension is tight, like I have said many a time. So let's try to figure this out again. Here are the feet. That took like 10 minutes to do. That's ridiculous. I'm better than that. I guess it's centered. All right, let's keep going. Okay, so we are going to have to adjust our stitches, and which means that putting the arm is going to be like in the last round, if that makes sense. I don't see me making a lot of these. So anyway, let's try this again. Well, I shouldn't say that. Like, mainly the blanket yarn is also, you know, a problem. Because it is so thick and you have to use a big hook. I don't know, I might still do this, but I think it would be better in a thinner yarn. So here is the body. He's finished. Well, I still have to fasten off and everything, but all right. Body's finished. I'm not gonna do the petals for the back on camera because aside from crocheting into a chain, the next thing I hate doing is single crocheting into slip stitches, especially with my tension. So what we are going to do is I'm just going to finish all of that stuff up off camera, especially since this last clip was like crazy long. And then when he's closer to being finished, I'll come back on. I don't think I crocheted through both of those. But anyway, he's probably just going to sit on my desk. So, but here he is right now. All right, I'll be back. He has hips. Look at that. I did see somebody make one that had like a booty. I don't like those, but anyway, it's just me. I'll be back. 8:30. Kiddo should be getting up any minute now. That took me out, like for real. Certain projects are not meant to be made with blanket yarn, I am convinced, and this is definitely one of them. In saying that, he turned out so cute, but I don't know that I'm going to do any more in blanket. My fingers hurt so bad. And I had to go rogue on the back petals and look. Like, I know I can do better than that, but this is my first go around with this, the itty bitty pattern, the itty bitty demi from Just a Mom Crocheting, and I think he would be a lot easier and turn out way better with like Parfait Chunky or Catch or anything that's smaller. I think he would be really cute and posh, but I don't have any of those colors in this. Well, I do have some Catch that I could probably use, but it would most likely take every bit of it that I have, and I'm down to it where I don't want to use it because I might need it. So yes, I'm hoarding, but I'm pretty happy with how he turned out, even though he was kind of a pain to make, just because of the yarn. Like, the pattern's awesome, but the yarn and my tension and my hands, it was not good. But anyway, here he is. So I'm gonna go downstairs and take his picture in front of our Christmas tree, post it on Instagram. And my morning crochet time has sadly come to an end, and I need to figure out what we're doing today in homeschool. I mean, I kind of have an idea, but all right. And I will see you later when we start something else. But here, so we've got two so far, the itty bitty and the baby. I'm running low on yarn. Like, this is all I have left of the tan. And that's what I really want to use. So we might have to make a trip out, and I really don't want to do that. Michael's has the Mystical, but they're 40 minutes away in a major city traffic. I don't know if I want to do that. We'll see. I don't know. But I will probably go to the store today and get some more of this, so I can keep going on the rest of them, because I want to have like the whole army of all of them. But anyway, that's it for right now, and I will hop back on later when I have something else to do. Good morning, Wednesday. And let's see, what did I get done yesterday? Yesterday, we finished school a little bit early. It was the focus and engagement was just not there. So after lunch, we went to Michael's. And if you follow me on Instagram, you know what I'm going to talk about. So there are like 5 Michaels in this area, and they are all a minimum of like 35 minutes away. And that's not including traffic, which You know, we live in a city that's known for its traffic, so getting around is an adventure. I'll say that. I am not going to complain about the traffic because that's just, you know, part of living here. So we went to a certain Michael's, and this one is not my favorite, but I thought that it would be like the closest and maybe the easiest. I looked on their website and it said that they had the 2 skeins of yarn that I wanted, and they're having like this buy one get one half off sale. So I'm like, okay, this is a good time to stock up on the yarns that I need for my voodoo dolls, my demogorgons, and then just see what else they had, because the last time I was in there they actually had quite a bit, especially of the demi pearl. It was a mess, and I'm not saying like, they had these like bins, and I might actually put the video in here. They had these bins in the yarn department, and they were full of yarn, like full of skeins of yarn, except a lot of them had, the labels had come off and the yarn was like unwound. And they had one skein of the demi pearl in like a light tan color, which they said they were out of on their website. So that was like very pleasant surprise. But it had become unwound, the label was gone, and I was trying to like, you know, find the end of it. It spanned over like 3 of these huge bins. It was an absolute nightmare. There was a huge tangle, and I'm like, you know, this is a craft store, and I feel like their craft areas should be like, you should at least be able to look for what you need, even if you have to dig through all these stupid bins, which I didn't like. But anyway, you know, like they're touting this huge, like their new yarn, or not yarn, but fabric and sewing department, which was sad at this store, I'm not gonna lie. And I know it's right before the holidays and a lot of people are doing handmade gifts, which I totally am on board with, but it just seems like there should be a little more maintenance. And I get like they're probably woefully understaffed. I've never been spoken to at any of the times I've gone into the store. So I did put something about it on my Instagram, and they did comment, you know, one of the canned responses, sorry that your trip wasn't up to your expectations or whatever. Like, I have very low expectations for that store. I won't be going back to that one, so I'm gonna have to the 40-minute drive one way to another one, but whatever. So yesterday came home with no yarn, so today after our lecture, I'm gonna have to go to Walmart and just buy what they have left of the almond and hope that in the 3 days that since we've been there last, no one has bought it. But as sure as I say that, I'll go and every bit of it will be gone. But anyway, moving on. So we know yesterday I did the bitty demogorgon and the almond and, you know, whatever. So I have a little bit of catch yarn left. I have plenty of red and black, but the tan color is what I'm like not wanting to use because I don't have a whole lot of it. But I went ahead and made a small. And look how tiny compared. Like, look at this. This is Bernat with a 6mm hook. This is catch. The body and the front petals are with a 4.5mm hook. And then I did the back part of the head with a 5, just so it would have, you know, just a little bit bigger. But look at the size difference, and I still have to put the white detailing on it. But I was done after this. That's so funny. It's the same pattern. Like, that's crazy to me. But anyway, I'm gonna do his white details here soon and then post him on Instagram. And then this morning, I think I'm gonna start on Snuggler, but I'm kind of freaking out because this is all the almond I have. Hopefully Walmart will have what we need. So anyway, but I've got one arm done. I'm probably just, I don't know that I'm gonna list this one just because of that. Like, I'm not happy with that.
But I probably will list this one and make another almond colored one with that. And then I'll list the Snuggler, see how well they do. And then the ones that I make from Eld Stitch Ores, I'll definitely list those. So anyway, there is the Demogorgon part. And then I also finished the cauldron. And here it is with the black velvet potion. And that was an adventure to do that. But I still need to take its picture and update the listing, and then get that sent out. I don't have any boxes that are small enough, so I'm gonna have to try to find some boxes. But anyway, that's where we are right now, and I think I'm going to keep working on my Snuggler. I have a headache and I'm moving slow today, just tired. So I'm going to keep watching Jenna and work on this little Snuggler. So I will check back in later. Morning, guys. It's Thursday morning. I had a really bad headache yesterday. If you are around a lot, you'll notice that I have headaches constantly. Our weather is changing here. It's supposed to be like 28 today and 60 tomorrow. When it dips and spikes and does all that crazy stuff, I get like barometric migraines, which is super fun, because I can't take anything for them. I've not to this day found anything. I did take a Zyrtec and it helped about this much, but anyway, so I'm kind of dragging today. But yesterday I worked on the Snuggler Demogorgon. Now I still need to do the white teeth around in the red parts, but look how he turned out. So this round, instead of doing black, I did white just to see what it looked like. I don't know if I love it, but we're gonna go with it. But so typically I always say that I'm not a fan of Snugglers, and then I make them and I fall in love with them, and that's kind of the case with this. Like with those hips, he's just so squishy, but I'm very pleased with how he turned out. So today I'm gonna do the white teeth and the petals, post him, and last night, or sometime yesterday, I started working on the Demogorgon from Eld Stitch Ores, and here he is so far. Look at those feet. Anyway, oh, it's almost 7. Okay, I got up at 6:30, but I was moving kind of slow. So that's what we have right now. Today, even though it's supposed to be like super cold, today I need to go to the post office and mail out the cauldron. And I can actually talk about this now because she approved it. I'm working on a custom mouse for someone who had, her husband had a pet mouse and it died. So she wanted me to make a mouse that looked like the one. So here is the body so far, making him a little bit bigger. So I'm gonna get that listing created today, like this morning, and here in just a few minutes when I wake up, and then send that over to her. And if she pays it by the time I go to the post office, then I'll mail that out today also. So I like these busy weeks. I like having things to do, and I've liked doing the Demogorgon every day this week. I feel like I've got something to work toward. So that makes me happy. This video is probably going to be long. Like I said, today's Thursday. Probably won't get posted until sometime tomorrow afternoon, and I'm okay with that. I put a post on my YouTube channel that it's what I'm up to this week, and we'll probably expect it tomorrow. I had 70 subscribers and then somebody unsubscribed, so I'm down to 69 now. So I'm like tiny bit bummed about that, because my goal was to hit 100 by the end of the year. Well, I wanted to be monetized, but that's not gonna happen. It will though, it will. All right, well, I'm gonna drink my coffee while it's still hot and maybe consider sewing the petal, or the teeth on these petals, but I don't know, I think I might just take kind of easy and actually drink hot coffee. So I will pop back in later when I'm up to something else. Happy Saturday. I did not mean for this vlog to go into Saturday. I wanted it to be finished on Thursday, edited Thursday morning, and posted like Thursday afternoon. Well, that did not happen because I've been busy. Yesterday morning, I woke up and I had 2 orders. I sold another pattern and I sold a rat from my Etsy shop. And then I had the custom mouse that I had to finish. I just needed to put the tail and the ears on. So I finished those, boxed them up, but I had to go get another box because I was not anticipating, you know, small sales. Small as in physically small. So I had to run and grab a box. I ran out of packing tape, and I totally forgot to put, I normally put like handwritten thank you notes in all my packages. Totally forgot on the last 3 things that I shipped out because I wanted to make sure that I hit the deadline for pickup since they're all Christmas gifts. So I feel horrible for that. Last night, someone sent me a message on Etsy and asked if I could do a purple voodoo doll. Yes, I can. I haven't heard back from them because I gave them 2 purple options that I know I can get quickly because, and I asked, is this a Christmas gift? Because we are getting down to it. So anyway, back to like the whole point of this video. This entire vlog was a Stranger Things themed vlog. So as we remember, I made, and this is not going to be in order, I made the itty bitty demi from Just a Mom Crocheting, and this is in the blanket yarn, and then this is in the catch, and then I did the baby demi, and this is also in blanket, and then I did the snuggler from Just a Mom Crocheting, and then the big one was, I love him, this is the Grumpy Demo Baby from Eld Stitch Wars. I love this so much. Look at that little noggin. There's a French bulldog walking down the street right now with a coat on. But anyway, so look how adorable this turned out. I love how the teeth turned out also. But this was an easy pattern. It took me like maybe 3.5 hours or so. I don't remember because I couldn't do it in just one sitting. So I'm so happy with how he turned out. I did list him on my Etsy yesterday, which that was, I didn't know if I wanted to sell him or not, but they're all going. Let's see, this one, the baby, and the snuggler. These are all on Etsy right now. So, and I'll put the link in the description, but they're all ready to come home. I'm very proud of them, and I had a fun time doing all that. It was, like I said in one of my other clips, it was nice to have like that goal to work on, do a Demogorgon and post it every day, which I did. So I had a lot of good content this week. I'm trying to grow my channel and my shop, which I'm at 13 sales on my Etsy, and I said to myself when I hit 10, I'm sorry, I'm gravelly, my allergies are killing me today. When I hit 10 sales, I was gonna invest in a thermal printer, one of the ones from Munbin. I really want one of those. It would make things so much easier. Everything, I feel really good about like the growth of my shop. In January, it will be a year old. January is, I officially started this business in January, so that's exciting that that's coming up. So anyway, I'm gonna wrap it up because this I think is my longest vlog that I've done, and I really want to get this posted. I hate having to post it on a Saturday because I'm afraid that it's not gonna get the views, and I worked really hard on it. But anyway, so this point, we're going to sign off. Thanks for hanging out with me during the strangest week of crochet. Anyway, so if you liked this video, please consider subscribing. Like I said, I'm trying to grow my channel. I do not have a clue as to what we're going to do this week. Actually, I think I have maybe an idea. But anyway, like and subscribe to my channel. It helps me grow, and I appreciate you guys hanging out and listen to me ramble, as always. Another thing that I feel like I have to say, if you have made it to this point, editing this vlog made me very aware that I say way too many times. So I promise I'm gonna work on that. So, all right, with that said, I'll see you guys next week.